I'm Christopher Freeman, owner of Beautiful Hair for You.
I'm Marcellus Womack, and I am owner marketing and PR consultant of Imperfect Marketing Solutions.
Well, thank you guys for joining us at Financial Juneteenth University. You guys have a great story. I'm excited to hop into this thing. And you guys have very different walks of life. You got your education at FAMU University. You got your education in federal prison. Both of you guys are here in the entrepreneurial world and making names for yourself. So thank you for joining us at Financial Juneteenth, and let's hop into it. So, Brother Chris, please tell the people about your hair care empire that you built.
Well, basically, I sell hair extensions that I import, and now I got into product manufacturing where I work with a laboratory, and we developing more products to keep it to where when you come to my store, you won't have to go nowhere else. Self-sufficient unit, to go against the institution that the Koreans and the Arabs created. We where you have to follow this brand of product, and you need to keep going to that. You don't have to do that here.
Wow, wow. And how many stores do you have?
Six.
Six
Six.
stores?
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
Six cities.
six stores, six cities, and how many states?
3 states.
Wow. And how much did you guys gross last year?
2 million.
2 million. How much did you net?
A million.
Okay. So you netted $1 million+, and as I said earlier, you have quite the checkered past, some might say.
Yeah, I've been to prison, federal prison,
Hmm.
for drug conspiracy.
Okay. How much time did you do?
I did a total of 8 years.
Wow. Wow. And you came out and you just totally changed around your whole life.
Yeah, like I got baptized.
And in your book, if you could hold that up for us, Marcellus, I believe you talk about, what's it called? Dope black boy to
Black to rich black man, and it's a guide to channeling a hustler's ambition to the development of an empowered and successful man like Christopher Freeman.
That's it. That's it. So, Brother Marcellus, so how did this book come about? And please tell the people about your background. Not quite as checkered, has different checks on it. Tell people
Yeah,
about yourself.
I'm from the south side of Chicago, where you see headlines daily, and I grew up in that environment. Uh, but luckily for me, I had parents in my life that kind of guided me and kept me active in sports and put me in good schools, public schools, but some of the better ones that they could access. And from there, I went to Florida A&M, graduated out of the undergrad/grad program for the MBA,
Wow.
and afterwards started a marketing company and met Chris because when I moved to Jacksonville, there was a homegirl. She told me this guy got the most fire hair. He's selling it out his trunk. And I've been working with other beauty supply owners, and they were all non-blacks.
Mm.
And that was just a cringing, I grew up, Chicago, Harold Washington, first mayor, black mayor of Chicago, and Operation Push, and, Barack Obama was there, and Louis Farrakhan. So I grew up in understanding just the importance of black unity and black empowerment and black economics. And when I heard this, I said, wow. And when she told me that he used to be a dope boy and, he was making a whole bunch of money out of there, but he came out of prison, I said, this guy seems like he's on the verge of capturing everything that I felt in my heart a dope boy could be. Because I've seen them. They've been some of my closest friends that have gone to prison and been killed. I've seen that. And the only difference between them and me is I had some parents that told me, you got to get in when the street lights are on. I'm going to pay for you to play some basketball at the YMCA when they had to play, on the streets, 24/7. So those are the only differences. And when I ran across someone who was using those skill sets that I knew so many young black males possess, the charisma, the entrepreneurial skills, the people skills, the motivation, just misguided. When I saw him doing this, I said, wow, I'm going to be on the radar for him. And more I would hear so much until it got to the point where every beauty supply owner that I knew about Chris and was asking me about him, and because he was taking up so much of their market share. And he ended up, pretty much taking over this Jacksonville market and so many other ones. And at a particular point, me and Chris met. We went to a Starbucks, and the rest is history. I set out a marketing campaign. I said, man, this is going to work. This is a huge opportunity. And of everybody in the city, you the one that I want to partner up to do it with. He said, man, I'm with it. It was even a music jingle that went along with it. I said, I'm gonna get a girl that sing way better than me, but it goes something like this. And
Yeah.
to this day, women around Jacksonville and other markets are singing a "Beautiful Hair for You" jingle.
Even the little kids.
You the little kids are singing it.
Yeah,
Amazing.
the little kids know it.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
amazing.
I'll just mention this, Andre. For those who've watched Boys in the Hood, something that really resonated with me all of the time, I felt like I was more the Cuba Gooding type. You know,
Okay.
I had parents in my life, a father that was, dropping gems, and I felt that Ice Cube's role, a Doughboy, was a lot of my homeboys. And if you watch that movie,
Yeah.
they real cool. They never have any conflicts with each other. They're really cool. And if you notice, Doughboy is one of the smarter characters. He's
Yeah.
dropping knowledge on philosophy and religion. He's the one that's on the lookout. He can tell, he's got the instincts to know when something's about to happen. Something's going on. They're probably gonna go after Ricky or put the dude in the wheelchair up. He had the instincts and he had a lot of other things. And Cuba Gooding Jr. or Ice Cube, either one of them could have become Furious Styles. Like Furious Styles could have went one way or the other. And it's just a difference in the environment and reprogramming your mind that makes you an empowered, successful man versus one that gets caught up in the system.
It's
And
so
so it's been a
true.
pleasure reaching Chris because he experienced the street life, but reprogrammed his mind. He'll tell you about his experiences in doing so that he used every skill to make him a dope boy that was making over $50,000 a month profit, using those same skills to be able to transition legitimately into the business world, and nobody can stop him. Nobody can stop him.
So he was making 50. You get 50K a month in the streets, big brother.
Yeah.
50K a month in the streets.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's profit. That's
Yeah, that's
not.
And
profit.
that was profit. And that was profit.
That's flipping them.
Man, I think you
Flipping
have
bricks.
flipping bricks. So I think you have somewhere in your book, which you guys co-authored, by the way, correct?
Yes.
Which you guys co-authored, that most drug dealers aren't as successful as you. Most aren't even as close. What's the average drug dealer salary?
Minimum wage or below.
Minimum wage or below. The average drug dealer makes less. So you can make more money or the same money working at Burger King, Wendy's, or Mickey D's.
If you in California, you'll probably make more money than you would because I think they pay Burger King workers and McDonald's $15 an hour.
Okay. So for any of our brothers or sisters even watching this, selling drugs, it's not even profitable for most people.
They just say they just think it's easy, because they don't have to report to the, to work. But I mean, you're not really making any money.
Wow. So what got you? How did you get involved in the street life and underworld? What brought you there?
In the streets, my environment, watching people around me do stuff, seeing people driving nice cars and, my cousin them, they was out there in the streets, and he was a minimum wage worker too at that time. I mean, he just had a couple rocks. He'll go out there and sell, and that's how I ended up getting into it. He gave me something to hold for him, and I went my grown behind down there to the apartments down the street, Canterbury Court, and I hadn't seen what they was doing, so I, stood out there like everybody else. And the lady came to me, and she said what she wanted, and I sold her what I seen them sell to her,
Wow.
and I got hooked on it. Once I seen how quick you could turn the money, I'm like, oh my God.
And the power behind that, Andre, I just want to give you a drop back, even leading into that story that you just mentioned. But Chris, in 6th grade, Chris actually bought a bunch of candy wholesale, and he put together a crew to sell it in 6th grade with his friends.
Wow.
But at the school, he not only had that, bought the candy for him, he bought walkie-talkies so they could communicate. So if they cut class, Principal James is coming down the stairs like, well, Principal Code Red, Principal James, Shanika wants the sour apple, blow pops, on the 2nd floor. But he had that ingenuity, he had that business entrepreneurial spirit to do that. And nobody in the school system could recognize that and say, well, you know what, maybe he needs to run our school instead of us selling these chocolate bars for $1 and, making little off of it. Maybe he can help run some sort of candy store for us. Like nobody saw that insight at a younger age. Now, what that turned into was at 14, he talked of that experience after he dropped out of school and he saw his cousin had him hold something. He went to a marketplace and he was so intrigued. Like, guys who sell drugs, it's not just they just want to make women 90-pound fiends and, have people stealing TV sets to do all types of obnoxious stuff. Like, there's an enterprising spirit, there's a capitalism spirit behind that. So that was his only outlet to making money. When he did that, he was standing there for about a minute or less. A woman came to him, said, "Are you holding?" Gave him $20. He went back. Cousin was like, "Man, where's my rock at?" He's like, "I sold it." He said, "Give me my money. Give me my $10."
Yeah,
And
and I gave him the $10.
Chris said, "Yo, she gave me 20." So he automatically understood profit. Like, I get this dude 10, I keep 10. And so what is he going to say after that? He said, "Give me another rock."
Yeah, I need some more.
And it
Give me
kept
some
going.
more.
And you kept it going. What made you stop?
Prison.
Well, the first bid or the second bid?
Really the second bid because they sent me to that out there in California. And I went to a USP. I started at a U for something that what I did when I was 13. I got a strong arm robbery charge, and it looks like a violent charge on your jacket to the feds. They're not gonna send you to a country club, with these people who done frauded Wall Street, with a violent. They look at it as you have a potential to get violent. Even with the strong arm robbery, me and my cousin got in a fight with a dude. My cousin snatched his chain off. So it was really a fight, but then my cousin just snatched the man's chain and took the chain. So we got charged with strong arm robbery and battery.
At the
And
age of
when the
13?
feds look, yeah, 13, and the feds look at your whole background to classify you what prison to put you in. And I scored out not the first time, but the second time, the region saw fit to put me in a penitentiary with a 40-foot wall where they sent all the game bangers and the Mexican mafia and the Texas syndicate, the Aryan Brotherhood, and the Dirty White Boys and the DC Blacks and every gang you can think of. The Crips, the Bloods, the GDs. That's what they put them at in the federal system. So it's just like everybody got a lot of time, everybody got knives, and everybody want to die, but they scared to kill themselves. So they want to make you kill them.
Wow. I'm glad you made it out. I'm glad you made it out. So let's go
That's what
back.
that changed my life right there. I
That
said
was
yes.
that was it. And let's go full circle because now you're in one of your 6 hair store locations. You're in one of the 6 right now, and a few years ago you were behind a 44-foot wall.
Yeah.
Wow.
5 years ago, I was behind the wall.
5 years ago. So you created this empire in 5 years. You said last year you grossed 2.2, netted over $1 million.
Yeah, and I'm beating that this year.
And you're beating that this year. And you have another business. You have a carpet cleaning business, I believe, Brother Chris?
Yeah, carpet cleaner. I just started it. And, I'm going to expand it out to the other markets that Beautiful Hair is in also. Convert some of the same customers to, use that business also.
Good stuff. Now, when you were behind the wall, you mentioned to me earlier that you had a little crew in there, a positive crew. What did you guys do, and how did you guys help each other stay strong and stay motivated?
Well, basically, we always talked about the future and about when we get out. And mostly we kind of had I'll say like a loosely fit criminal book club. Like basically we wanted to learn about like for instance, I learned how to read the stock market in prison. This guy Barry Mealy, he was in there for the mob on Wall Street with John Gotti Jr. and all of them got caught up when they was fixing the insider trading on Wall Street. So Barry Mealy taught me how to read stocks in prison, and he was one of the top guys in on Wall Street. He was a trader, but he was Italian, and he was working for the mob. And the mob was controlling Wall Street at that time, before they did that big bust back in 2001. The Gambino crime family had Wall Street on lock.
Wow. So you learned from the best.
Yeah, I learned from people who was actually doing stuff like that. Like Barry taught me like how to do stocks. Like he would draw this stuff on the wall and tell me when to buy. Once he taught me how to read it, then he was okay. Well, when will you buy? When will you sell? And just keep quizzing me on that. And it was good. They seen it like I got this little young black guy that I'm showing how to read the stock market. And there's a lot of black guys that'll be in there. They might not be interested in stuff like that. They want to watch football and basketball and all that stuff there. But here was this little other black guy chasing me around trying to figure out how to read the stock market. And they thought it was just, funny, I guess, for me to be doing that. So
Wow.
they definitely took me under their wing with certain things. And then the guys, the other black guys that I used to associate with, we kind of traded books, business books, philosophy, metaphysics, all kinds of stuff. Like anything that we seen interesting, we would probably tell the other person, and we kind of kept it together like that.
That's it. Well, they say that you're an average of your five closest friends, who you spend the most time with. So you're hanging around five people who are intellectuals, or four people who are four intellectuals who are doing things, even though it might not have been the correct things per se, but if they're teaching you the correct knowledge then and there, you're going to take it and internalize it. The same way that back in the day, when you hang around with your cousin, he gave you the rock, you started selling rock with your rock boys. Now you're doing stock with your stock boys. You went from the rock boys to the stock boys.
Yeah, pretty much.
You dropped some bars on that, Andre.
I got a little bars in me. Don't the tide fool you and all. Don't let the tide, I can get busy with it. So, brother Marcel, what did FAMU do to you? I don't know what it is about that school. It's like a positive cult. People come out of that school and they get busy, Marcel. What is it about that place?
I have to give a lot of credit to the dean who just passed away recently. Her name is Dean Sybil Mobley, and she built a program within the business school specifically. And FAMU is an incredible institution. I was in the business school, and it had three components to it. One was a very strong academic curriculum, but the academics alone is not what allows you to strive in business. There was another that was a professional development, and it taught you the soft skills of business, speaking, oratorical skills, how to, be at a reception with CEOs and ask the right questions and hold the fork the right way, and what business color suit look like, and, things of that nature. And then the third component was actual corporate experience. So I left that program with 2 years of corporate experience working with Fortune 100 companies, from Bristol Myers Squibb to Otis Elevator under United Technologies to Dow Chemical. And so I had the experience. So when you come out of there, the challenge for a lot of college students is you have a resume and a bunch of classes, but you don't have any experience. I came in there and said, I have worked on supply chain, moving it from, as a program coordinator to contribute to a supply chain moving from Indiana to Mexico. I have worked with value chain analysis with a chemical company, looking at what a raw chemical, all the different value steps it goes to get to a car manufacturer, or a food product through Walmart. I know pharmaceutical products, for cholesterol and for blood pressure and for diabetes. So those type of skill sets make you valuable to an entity, and most importantly, it makes you valuable to yourself when you step out on that leap of faith and some credibility behind it to run your own business and contribute to some great ones, such as Chris. And I'll say, of all the Fortune 500 companies, I work with a lot of executives on very high levels. Chris, by far, is one of the most superb natural businessmen I've ever met. And his ability to rise in business is amazing.
I think if we can reach the potential Chris's at 12, 13, 14, 15, by the age 18, 19, 20, 21, they'll be killing it on Wall Street. They'll be killing it in real estate. They'll be killing it in entrepreneurship. They'll kill it in the market. We've got to reach them early because the other forces are reaching them early. So we got to come in with a positive early.
I'm gonna tell you this too. The other people, they are afraid of that because we are very dominant in anything that we do. I can look at, like, even when I go talk to my accountant, like the look he'll have, and when I say stuff to him, he's like, oh yeah, Chris, yeah. Like, I'll tell him some stuff, and he'll be like, oh yeah. And then he'll call me like, yeah, Chris, man, you were right about this, such as. But it's not that we are not intelligent. It's just that we don't apply ourselves. A lot of once we apply ourselves to something, then we all, like, if you look, anything we get into, they got into the tennis, whooped everybody in tennis. Look at Obama. You can't say nothing to Obama. You say he know how to talk. He got away with words that make if you think you smart, he'll make you look real stupid.
It's
You know, you
superb.
throw these loaded questions at him, he'll tear it up and he gonna say something to make you look real foolish. And you know, and he's a black man.
Hmm.
They are afraid of that.
They hate that. They
Yeah.
hate it. They hate it. Chris Freeman, please tell people again how they can purchase your products.
Well, you can go on my website, which is beautifulhairforyou.com. That's what the number four and the letter U. You can come to any of the 6 locations in Charlotte, Orlando, Tampa, Jacksonville, Florida, Orlando, Florida, and Sanford, Florida. Oh, and Atlanta. I'm sorry.
In Atlanta too. Okay, cool, cool, cool. And all the locations are on the one website.
Yeah, they all on the website. You can follow us on Instagram at Beautiful Hair for You. That's with the number four and the letter U. It's at Beautiful Hair for You.
Got
Sorry
you,
about
got you. So both you guys are 36 now. I'm going to ask you guys a question together, but please answer them separately. Where do you want your lives to look at 40? All around, personal, finance, net worth, personal fulfillment. What do you guys want to be at 40?
Well, me, I still have 5 more years to put in at 40 because my whole thing is getting my son to take over what I started. When I get 45 years old, he should be out of college then, at least have AA. And once I get him into doing business, then I want him to go back and get his master's and maybe his doctorates in business,
Okay.
But this is the thing that I'm trying to build it for him.
Okay.
And then I got some daughters, but I want, every man wants his son, his namesake to
Yeah.
take over. So that's my thing. At 40, I'm still gonna have 5 more years to put in some serious work. So
Gotcha. Do you want more stores? Do you want
yeah, I'm trying to do 10 next year.
10 stores next year?
Yeah, 10 more next year. Expand my carpet cleaning.
Okay. Okay. So if you grow
Couple more books.
if you grow 2.2 last year, so next year I'm thinking you want to grow what 3.5 or so
Yeah, or 5.
or 5. Okay. I love it. I love it. Our brother Marsalis, what about you?
As a marketing consultant for phenomenal businesses in our community, like Beautiful Hair for You, I have a set of businesses that I work with, and phenomenal, just like Chris's within the black community. And I want over the next 4 years, I want to grow them, help them grow exponentially.
Actually, me and Marcellus own VVS Publishing.
Oh,
So anybody who's trying to look to publish their books, they can go to our website and follow the link to the email and submit your the first 3 chapters of your book or the first 4 chapters of your book and let us look at it.
I love it. I love it.
Nah.
And the book you guys are selling now is called what again, brother Marsalis?
It's a dope black boy to rich black man, and it's a guide to channeling those hustle ambitions that we're talking about with Chris, and turning them into not just misguided in the street, but actually successful, empowered attributes of great men.
All right. All
So
right.
yeah, that there to kind of lead to just growing as many businesses within African American entrepreneurs as possible, and taking those core values. And I have a son, same
Yeah.
grade as Chris, but instilling that within not only our own family, but community and culture as well. So that's why platforms to speak on the book and really dropping gems. And it's a self-help book. It's not an autobiography. So we do capture Chris's
Yeah.
story, but the point is, there's a young Andre, a young Chris, or a young Marcellus that can catch them at 12 years old, and or catch them with that 18 or 25 or 45, and be able to reprogram their mind, because everything Chris did was reprogramming his mind. He had the hustle, he had the motivation, he had the entrepreneur skills, he had the passion for being able to capitalize in a business environment, but it took reprogramming his mind to make a commitment to do that for his highest, most positive good. And nobody can stop him there. And so we talk about stages to greatness and 10,000 hours of work that it takes to become a master at the expertise. And then we drop a lot of gems on self-awareness, self-empowerment, and understanding our culture. It didn't just start with slavery.
Yes.
As Chris has mentioned, before, there's a Mansa Musa. If you look under the richest person ever,
History.
Is a guy over the Mali Empire who had a net worth 400 billion. Bill Gates is maybe at number 12 when you look at everybody. But at the top of that list, everybody is pursuing money, power, and respect.
Yeah.
But at the top of that list is a black man, is an African.
There we go.
So that's something powerful. Those are gems like that we have to synchronize ourselves with, so that we understand that there's some pride and privilege in being a young black male, and use that to our highest good.
There we go. There we go. So, Dope Black Boy to Rich Black Man. I'm gonna buy my copy. And if you guys know anyone else who we see some brothers who have them like, damn, if you just did something else, took the same skill set, the charisma, the style, the bravado, the ability to have people naturally follow you, and just did something else, you can be a totally different person. So I'm encouraging people to buy the book for 2 or 3 people who they might see on the corner, might be in their family, might be one of their friends, or might be them, to say, hey, look, we could take the same skill sets that we already have, and let's just put it here. Let's just put it here, and we don't have to touch your prison unless we're going there to go encourage some brothers once they get out. So I appreciate your time, guys. Financial University appreciates what you guys are doing, who you guys are, and we will do our best to help you guys get to that 5 million mark next year, Brother Chris. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day.
All right. Thank you.
Do the same. Thanks,
Anytime. Bye-bye.